Managed to meet up with the Swiss scientist Alfred Wu, who is behind the article Consequences of Damming. Nice to meet you, Alfred. Thanks for meeting up with me. Hi, Trent. Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me here today. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. I was just curious, what single factor concerning the transition from a river-like system to a lake-like system would you say has the greatest impacts on the environment? No worries, I also have a cold myself. To answer your question though, I think that would definitely have to be the resulting oxygen depletion after a dam formation. Not only does this have adverse effects in itself, but many other issues stem from this. I know that oxygen depletion has to do with the slowing of flow in reservoirs. I was wondering if you could touch on this a bit. Yes, it has to do with the slowing of the flow and the resulting increase in the water's residence time, which is simply the amount of time the water and its particles spend in a location before moving on through the system. So the rate of flow in rivers is much greater than reservoirs, obviously, and on average, it's actually about 3 times greater in reservoirs in comparison to rivers, that is. So how exactly does the increased residence time in dams cause oxygen depletion? Well, this is all related to turbidity, actually. So to put it simply, the slowing down of flow caused by dams decreases turbidity, which allows particles to settle. And when particles settle, more light is able to penetrate the water and stimulate primary production. So this in turn causes algae, which has settled out to consume large amounts of oxygen from the water, creating anoxic conditions. Interesting. So what is it about these anoxic conditions which can have such a significant environmental impact on the reservoir and further downstream? This is a tough question. There are many impacts that this can have on water conditions. Anoxic conditions in themselves can be very damaging, but as I mentioned before, there are many issues which stem from this. So, for example, this can result in greenhouse gas emissions and can affect plankton communities which develop and travel downstream. These are the base of the food chain, so are important for obvious reasons. Also, it reduces many components, and those products can be very toxic to fish and higher organisms. Furthermore, it can change nutrient ratios in general, so the impacts on the system are truly astonishing. Perfect. Thanks so much for meeting with me. I really appreciate it. Oh, well, thanks for having me. And before I go, I just can't help but to mention how great looking you are. You're just amazing. Oh, why thank you. Oddly enough, I feel the exact same way about you.